Today's video I'm actually going to be installing a couple interior pieces that I have. I have new seat covers that I ordered from RHD Japan that came in. It took about 6 months actually for them to be made. The seat covers are made by Superior Auto Creative, and they just showed up about a couple of weeks ago, and they've been sitting in a box. So I'm going to be installing those today, as well as the C-pillar covers in. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's what today's video is. Let me show you what I'm doing. Alright, so in this box I have the two C-pillar covers. I'll pull them out real quick, you can take a look at them. I've actually had these for almost 2 years now. They've just been sitting in storage. I haven't gotten around to doing it. But these are the seat covers, and like I said, they're from Superior Auto Creative. The reason I ordered these instead of the Nismo ones is that the seat does not have anything in them. There's a few different options here. Nismo makes a seat cover, Superior Auto Creative makes a seat cover, and I think Garage Active makes one. Anyway, the Garage Active one has Garage Active stitched into the vinyl, and the Nismo one obviously has Nismo, I think it's actually in the headrest, but somewhere up in this area you have the stitching in them, and I wanted just plain seat covers to go in my GTR because I like the way that the seats look now with no writing on them. So they have a number of different options. I went with all black with a black perforated center. They have a number of different options you can do. I also went with the black stitching, so it's just very in my mind it's just clean. It's just a clean aesthetic. That's kind of the look I was going for. So anyway, I got the full set. Comes with the two front seat covers, upper and lower. Then it comes with the rear seat covers. This is actually the lower and this is the upper. I have them sitting out here in the sun to kind of warm up. So apparently it says if you put them out in the sun, it makes them a little bit easier to manipulate. It makes the vinyl a little bit more malleable. So anyway, that is what's going on here. In these boxes are my covers. So these are the new ones here. On my current car, it's actually peeled away. You can't see it because of the shadow there, but if you can look here on my car, the interior, this vinyl has shrunk and peeled away, and it's just kind of ugly looking. So I've seen people take these off and recover them, but these were available brand new, so I bought them brand new. So anyway, that's today's video. Seat covers, C-pillar covers. Let's go. Alright, so this is kind of the before of the seats. These seats are actually in pretty decent shape. They're not in the greatest shape, but they're definitely not the worst I've ever seen. There's a little small tear right here on the sides. That seat actually doesn't have any tears. The passenger seat's good. So I'll be pulling all this out. And then the back seat area, these are actually pretty clean as well. We'll be pulling this whole thing out and then redoing it. If you can see up there in the corner, that's the little tear I was talking about, and this one is peeling right here. You can see all that's all peeled away. Alright, so I got the front seats out now, and I'm going to be taking out the back seats here, which are actually pretty easy to do. You basically just have to wrench up on this area down here. There's a little pin that holds in. I'm putting my finger on it. You can't see it right now, but it's directly underneath right here, and you just have to wrench it up, and it basically pops that free, and then you can take things out. I'm not going to film all that because there's plenty of good videos out there on how to do it. But in order to get these rear surrounds out, the way you have to do that is there's this, it's hard to see, but let's see if I can do this. You have to take this plastic piece off right here, and then there's a bolt behind it. But just be careful when you're pulling this bolt out of here, that way you don't lose all the spacers, and know exactly how to put it back in. You have to also undo this. Be careful as you undo this, because this is not available separately. You have to buy an entire new seat belt
which is really expensive. So as you're undoing this, be careful not to break it. But you basically pop that out, and then this whole piece comes out of there. You just kind of drop that down, and yeah, and that's pretty much it. It's not too difficult, really. So let's get the back seat out and get those panels out, and then put the new panels in.
All right, well, I got the first one out. You'll have to excuse the air conditioning and my neighbor's chainsaw going. But yeah, this thing is basically not salvageable. When I pulled it out, it ripped the clips out of the plastic, because this plastic is just old. This was already broken, so that clip was already dead. They're supposed to come out like this, but it clearly broke off a lot of the plastic pieces. This one broke off. This piece was already broken because of, I guess, heat and age. So anyway, I'm just glad I got a new one. Yeah, you can see the pieces that broke off that were kind of left behind here. So I'm gonna have to grab some pliers and dig those out. But some of these came out okay down here. All right, let's get to the rest of it. By the way, this seatbelt bolt right there, this one is, for whatever reason, reversing it out. This thing is really not wanting to come out, so I'm afraid of either breaking it or stripping it or something. So I sprayed a bunch of PB Blaster on it, and I'm gonna go gently. We'll see how that goes. All right, well, I got the first one done. This is the passenger seat. It actually fits really well, considering it came in a box and came all the way to me on the East Coast from Japan. Pretty good. We get started on this seat now soon. We'll be done here shortly. I'll put them all in the car, and then that way you'll be able to see it, the finished product. Alright, well, let me show you what I'm doing here. I'm not going to film every single piece of what I'm doing, but I'll just give you the basics. First things you have to do is remove this center piece, which I used this little plastic guy to basically go in here and put these clips and pop them out. There's 4 of them, 2 here and 2 on the top, and they come out looking like this. Then I just took the seat cover out, and I'm going to put it down over the top of this. It's been sitting out in the sun for probably 2 hours now, and I'm going to slip it on over top of this and just kind of wedge it down. The directions basically tell you to slip it down over the top and then stuff this piece in, tilt the seat forward, and then just pull everything tight around the back, and then you attach the Velcro at the back side. So let me do that now, and I'll film it, I guess. Just make sure you undo all the Velcro pieces around the seat hole here, and then unzip these, and then just start to slip it down. Alright, so you have to spend some time tucking down underneath here to get this kind of contour to go around this bolster on both sides. And then when you pull it through, you can see down here, you have to pull this bottom, see that? You have to pull this bottom piece through. You have to pull the bottom piece through here. I know it's kind of hard to see, but the bottom piece comes through, and then it velcros on top of itself. And then you can pull these zippers down like that. There. And then the seat back is done. Then you just have to tuck in and velcro these pieces up here. It's going to need some time to kind of mold itself, because right now it's kind of loose, or kind of tight, I mean. But eventually, when you sit in the seat some more, it'll basically mold itself to the seat some more. So tuck this in and velcro it. Alright, and moving on to the rear seat. I'm holding the cover in my hand here. We're going to place it on and get this thing fitted and back in the car. Alright, well, I have the interior back in now. These
These seat covers turned out great. Yeah, these, I mean, it really changes the entire interior of the car. There's the back seats with the new quarter trims installed. Everything looks brand new in here. All right, I'm sweating like an absolute hog. It is about 85 and really humid today, so I'm glad I'm done with this thing. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I got all this from Right Hand Drive Japan. It took about 6 months for them to make it and ship them to me. I ordered these back in, I think, December? Might have been January, but anyway, it took about 6 months to get to me. Worth the wait. These are great. They fit well and really nice. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you next time.